Physicists say space-time literally break down at the Planck scale, which is 10 to the negative 44 seconds after the universe began. But if time itself had a beginning, what caused it? Today, we'll explore how the smallest scales of quantum physics point directly to the God the Bible has always described, eternal, spaceless, and powerful enough to bring the universe out of nothing. So, hi, I'm Mark Bates. This is Rabbit Room Apologetics, and this topic is the relationship between Planck units, quantum mechanics, and the existence of a creator. So, let's first start with understanding Planck time and Planck length. Planck time is the shortest measurable unit of time, defined as the time it takes for light to travel one Planck length in a vacuum. Planck length is the smallest meaningful length of scale in the universe. Okay? It is derived from the constants of speed of light, gravitational constant, and the Planck constant. It represents a scale at which classical ideas of space and time cease to be valid and quantum effects dominate. In other words, you try to get smaller than this, and classical physics, as we understand it, just doesn't work. So quantum mechanics and the limits of space-time. At scales smaller than the Planck length and Planck time, our current understanding of physics breaks down. Space and time may become quantized or lose their classical meaning. This is the realm where quantum gravity theories like string theory and loop quantum gravity attempt to describe the universe. We'll talk about these later, but these are very interesting physics questions. I don't think that anyone has 100% guarantee that they are 100% correct, but the idea is that they're trying to figure out what happened before we actually had Planck time, right, which is the smallest unit of time and length that we know. So before Planck time, after the Big Bang, which is the Planck epoch, there was no conventional space or time as we understand it. Right? And the four fundamental forces were unified as one. Our usual physics cannot describe this state, implying a boundary to scientific explanation at the universe's origin. So what's the implications of this for the existence of a creator? The fact that space and time themselves began at or after the Planck time suggests that the universe had a definitive beginning, not an eternal past. This beginning requires a cause or a causal agent beyond space and time, as space, time, and matter did not exist before this point. So we have space-time theorems. In physics, these imply that if the universe contains mass and follows general relativity, space and time must have been created, pointing to a cause beyond the physical universe. This cause is described as timeless, spaceless, immaterial, and immensely powerful. Well, these are all attributes ascribed to a creator, and very clearly to the biblical creator, right? Our God. Quantum mechanics and Planck scale physics reveal limits to scientific explanation about the universe's origin, leaving room for a transcendent cause or creator who exists outside these physical constraints. This creator is not bound by time or space and can initiate the universe's existence from nothing. Okay, so quick summary. Planck time and length mark the smallest meaningful scales of time and space beyond which classical physics fails. The universe's beginning at Planck scale implies a starting point for space and time, requiring a cause beyond the universe itself. Quantum mechanics highlights the limits of naturalistic explanations for the universe's origin, supporting the philosophical and scientific inference of a creator who transcends space and time. This understanding bridges modern physics with philosophical and theological arguments for a creator, showing that the universe's origin is not self-explanatory within physics alone, but points to a cause beyond physical reality. Okay, so just real quick, if you want to look up a couple verses, mark these down. Genesis 1:1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. This verse affirms that God created not only matter, but also the heavens, space, and the earth, time, and matter. You have Psalm 92, before the mountains are born, or you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting you are God. So this would highlight God's existence outside of time, eternal before the creation of the universe. And Isaiah 40:28, Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. So God is eternal and the creator of all, including the fundamental fabric of the universe. Okay? You also have verses that reflect God's sovereignty over the universe, laws and fine-tuning. Look up Colossians 1:16, right? For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. All things have been created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. This supports the idea that God sustains the universe and its laws, including the precise constants that govern quantum mechanics and Planck scale phenomena. And Job 38:47. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footing set? Or who laid its cornerstone? While the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy. This poetic passage emphasizes God's role in establishing the fundamental structure and order of the universe. So, and then we have verses that indicate God's existence beyond space and time. Exodus 3:14. God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. The name I am reflects God's eternal and unchanging nature, existing beyond past, present, and future, consistent with the concept of God existing outside of time. And 2 Timothy 1:9, right? He has saved us and called us to a holy life, not because of anything we have done, but because of his own purpose and grace. This grace was given us in Christ Jesus before the beginning of time. This verse affirms God's existence and purpose before time itself began. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, please consider liking and sharing this video with your friends. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us a great deal. We thank you. Also, you'll find in the description 2 links. One link is to my Bible study platform, where you will get all the videos I produce, plus transcripts of them. And they'll be broken down into categories, so you can read them all. This will include videos that are on YouTube and many more that are not. Also, we'll have courses, specific courses on there on theology and ways to better understand God. The whole purpose here is for you to get a background in theology so that you can talk about God with anybody that you want to. Okay? Well, so you want to look into that. And also, there will be another link in there where you can subscribe to Logos Bible Study. It's the Bible study platform I use, and you get a discount using that link. Also, I will have courses in the Bible study platform on how to use Logos effectively. So look for those as well if we can join the platform. And I hope you all enjoy that. So once again, thank you. Ask me any questions you want in the comments.